lose the information. Use your imagination. With the host of our show, a man who will make everyone think twice, Monteria Ivy.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us here once again on Think Twice, the show that challenges your information, imagination, and intuition. And you know, behind every great host is a great announcer, Chris, who will be thinking twice with us tonight.
Thanks, Monteria. Tonight we have Martha Crowmer from Evanston, Illinois, and her teammate from Baltimore, Maryland is Lieutenant Mike Lewis. Playing against them tonight is Tom Borman from Holland, Michigan, and his teammate from New Haven, Connecticut is Gretchen Tucker Underwood.
Well, welcome all of you to Think Twice. And we're going to start off by testing your information. So players, get your hands near the buzzers in front of you. Every question will have two parts. Buzz in when you think you know the correct answer, but only answer half of the question because your partner must answer the other half. Now, every question will be worth 10 points. Everyone ready? Yeah. Good luck. Talk about headstrong. Name the biblical character who derived strength from his hair and the woman who betrayed him. Mike.
Samson.
Which is correct. And the woman, Martha?
Delilah.
That is also correct. You get the first 10 points of the game. Name the organizations founded in the early 20th century by Robert Baden-Powell and Juliette Lowe. Mike.
Boy Scouts.
Which is correct. And Martha?
Girl Scouts.
That's also correct. You now extend your lead 20-0. See, you thought about it for a moment there, Martha, you know, and you went for it. Now, two former Supreme Court justices had last names suggesting a backyard barbecue. Their first names are Felix and Warren. Who are they? Mike.
Frankfurter.
Frankfurter is one. Martha? Okay, chance for Tom and Gretchen to get on the board if you know the other answer that we're looking for.
Hamburg.
Hamburg. Oh, you almost had me going with you. Not hamburger, but burger. Warren Burger was the correct answer. It must be the power of suggestion on your part there. All right, here we go. Mary Ann Evans and Amandine Dupin were both women who wrote under the name George. What last names did they use? Martha.
Sand.
Which is one. And do you know the other, Mike?
No.
So Tom and Gretchen, a chance to get on the board here if you know the correct answer.
Elliot.
Which is correct, and now it's 20-10. Way to get in the game. Where's the beef? A Russian count and a British duke knew. Name the popular beef dishes that bear their name. Tom.
Stroganoff.
Which is one, and do you know the British duke?
Ellington.
Good try, but incorrect. So, Martha and Mike, if you know the correct answer, you can get the 10 points.
Wellington.
Wellington. It's okay. It's okay, Gretchen. Around the house, he was known as Ellington. All right. Name the two types of mammals that have the longest lifespans on record. Tom.
Whale.
Which is correct. And do you know the other, Gretchen?
Kangaroo.
Sorry, incorrect. Again, Mike and Martha, chance to get the point.
Elephant.
Also incorrect. The correct answer was humans, who have the longest lifespan. Instead of all things. All right. Who wrote President Clinton's inaugural poem, and what was the title of her first autobiography? Martha.
Maya Angelou.
Which is correct. And the title of her first autobiography, Mike? Tom and Gretchen, a chance to get the point.
I Know Why the Caged Bird Sing.
I think you do, and you have the points. 30-20. Well, by the sound of the dying quail, that means we have reached the end of our first round, and the score is 30-20. Mike and Martha are leading Tom and Gretchen, but we have a very close game. And let's take a moment now to meet our contestants this evening, beginning with Martha, who is from Evanston, Illinois.
That's
right. And, you know, Martha, I understand that you recently bungee jumped for the very first time.
Yep.
Now, a lot of people would ask you, what was the experience like? What I want to know is, what possessed you to go bungee jumping?
I always wanted to go bungee jumping, and when I heard they had it at Squaw Valley, I had to go for it.
And you enjoyed the experience?
It was pretty scary. I mean, it goes against your survival instincts to jump off a platform with nothing to hold on to, but it was fun.
Well, and it definitely prepared you for a game show, I guess,
right.
all right? So we're glad to have you here. Hope you have a good time. And Lieutenant Mike Lewis, who is here from Baltimore, Maryland. Now, I understand that you are a graduate of the Navy Fighter Weapons School, which is a.k.a. Top Gun.
Yes.
Now, how long does it take for you to complete your training?
It's a 12-week course.
And when did you actually graduate?
The summer '91.
Well, congratulations to you, and hopefully you'll have a fine career in the military. Glad to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
And let's meet your opponents this evening. Tom, who is from Holland, Michigan. Now, Tom, I understand that you have a very interesting bit of history in your travel background. You actually went to the North Pole.
That's right.
All right. Now, how did you happen to, venture that far north? I mean, did you make a wrong turn at, Iowa or something? I mean, how did you end up in the North Pole?
Well, the submarine that I was on went to the North Pole and kind of dragged me along. I didn't have much choice.
All right, you were in a sub.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, would you ever want to go back there again?
I've done the North Pole. I don't think I can go back there again.
Seen that, done that, don't want to do it again? All right, we're glad to have you here. And, of course, your partner tonight, last but not least, Gretchen, who is from New Haven, Connecticut. Now, Gretchen, on a serious tip, I understand that you are very much involved in the Big Sister organization. And, in fact, you have a very special young lady who is watching you tonight in Cincinnati. Who is that?
That's Carrie Terrell. I haven't seen Carrie in 16 months. I sent her lots of love, wish her good luck, and for you, Carrie.
Well, with your help, I'm sure she's going to turn out just fine, and we're glad to have each and every one of you here this evening. And, in fact, we have some wonderful prizes to give away to our winners tonight. And, Chris, just what prizes do we have for our winners this evening?
Monteria, our winners will receive a mini audio system from Kenwood with a 7-disc CD changer, dual cassette deck, and FM/AM tuner. And a $500 gift certificate from Borders, where you can choose from over 150,000 book and music titles.
Ooh, All right, now, players, I want you to get your creative juices flowing because we are about to enter the land of imagination. Come with me.
The clues and the information, so use your imagination. Think wide.
Right now, in the imagination round, we're going to challenge your creative ability to make up a story on the spot. Now, Tom and Gretchen, because you're behind, we're going to begin with you. Before you, you have a list of 9 clues that all relate to a specific subject, either a person, place, or thing. And what I want you to do now is to create a story completely on the spot using at least 6 of those clues. And I should also point out, so everyone knows, you did have a minute prior to the show to review these clues. So again, I want you to create a story, completely improvised, using at least 6 of the clues. Now, Mike and Martha, your job is to listen out for the hidden words in their story, which are all clues to that subject. Now, as the clues are used, they will be revealed on our video wall, but we're going to turn it away from you, so you won't be able to see, so you must listen carefully. Now, if you can figure out what their subject really was when they finish, you get 50 points. If not, the 50 points go to them. Now, you'll each have 30 seconds to tell your half of the story, and who's going to go first?
I'm going to go first.
All right, so Gretchen, you'll have 30 seconds. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
I was so sick last week. I was admitted to the hospital, over to University Hospital, and when I came home, there was nothing else to do but watch television. So what's on television? I caught up on all the talk shows. It was talk show mania by the time I finished. I mean, sometimes you want comic relief when you're at home, but it was really overkill. I mean, I'm saying things, Ed Sullivan's Ghost shows up on the screen. Who would ever thought that he would still be around? You're watching all kinds of shows on television.
Time and switch.
You know, I love to watch talk shows, actually. I watch Oprah Winfrey Show every chance I get. There are certain aspects of that show. She always gets such crazy acts on there. She has mother, brother, sister act. She has very political people that come in and state their case when they come on the show. But I heard one thing. Somebody went on the show, like we came on the show today, they said, don't wear a certain color, like the color purple. And that was it. Oof.
Time! And just in the nick of time for Tom. All right, now in telling their story, they used 6 clues, which is the minimum, so we won't give you any further hints. We'll give you a moment to confer, and then I'll ask you for a subject. So tell us, what did you hear?
Heard University.
I heard Ghost. I heard The
Ghost.
Color Purple. I heard The Sister Act. I heard
Crazy.
Comic Relief.
Okay.
Maybe it's Whoopi Goldberg.
Goldberg?
Yeah.
All right, so now we'll call for our subject. What do you think it is?
I think it's Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg. Well, we know you think it is, Martha, that's for sure. And Mike's going to go along for the ride. All right. Well, let's see if Whoopi Goldberg is indeed your subject. Let's begin by reviewing the clues you heard. You heard talk show, Ghost, The Color Purple, Comic Relief, Political, and Sister Act. The clues you did not hear were Next Generation, Academy Awards, and Stand Up. So you think when you put that all together, you're going to get Whoopi Goldberg?
So?
I could have sworn Henny Youngman, but let's see. I think it is Whoopi Goldberg. You get the 50 points for figuring it out. It was an interesting story, though. It was a very good story on your part. They were just able to figure out the clues and get the subject, but now you have a chance to get 50 points if you can figure out what their subject will be, because now Mike and Martha are going to tell a story. Same thing applies. Prior to the show, you also had a minute to review a list of clues, and you have to use at least 6 in telling your story. Now, again, as the clues are revealed, they'll be on our video wall, but now we're going to turn it away from you, so you can't see, so you have to listen carefully. Now, who's going to go first?
I am.
All right, so Martha, you'll have 30 seconds. Are you ready?
Ready.
Go.
Strangest thing happened the other night. I was lying in bed, and I saw a bright light outside my window, and I looked out. There was a UFO. Suddenly, all these little guys come into my room. They were very flashy. They were kind of metallic, wearing silver gold. The strange thing is they were wearing a ton of jewelry, necklaces, earrings, rings, bracelets. One of them was wearing an ankle bracelet. It was very bizarre. So they carried me up and lifted me into their ship. There was a big, tall guy wearing a tutu and holding a torch greeting me there. And there were tons of people there. You've heard about these guys being little green men. In fact, it's very international. They're green, yellow, blue, black. They're French, German, Italian.
Time. And switch.
And the great thing about it is that they're also all athletes. They love sports, and as we were up there, we listened to a baseball game that happened to be on. In fact, Pavel Lochenko, the first Russian baseball player, happened to be up at the plate at the time, and they were talking about the fact that he's trying to get used to the game. He's playing summer and winter ball right now, and he's getting along. He can really smoke the ball sometimes, and he's got a lot of speed. But his real problem is with fielding. He doesn't judge the ball.
Time. All right, now, in telling their story, they used 6 clues as well, which means we cannot give you any further hints. You'll take a moment to confer, and then we will ask you for a subject. So tell us, what did you hear?
Heard torch.
Yes.
I think colors, games. They named some.
Games.
They named baseball. They named a couple of things. Tried to throw in flash in there, but I'm not going for it.
Right. You said torch.
Torch. I got that.
All right,
Torch.
so now let's start thinking about a subject.
Got a subject. I think it's the Olympics.
All right, Olympics.
All right, so Gretchen is pretty sure that she knows the subject, and now Tom is going along for the ride, all right? Let's find out if Olympics is indeed your subject. Beginning with the clues you did hear, you heard rings, international, athletes, gold, torch, summer, and winter. The clues you did not hear were events, medals, and Greece. And it sounds to me that when you put that all together, that's right, Gretchen, you're in charge. You're living large. It is the Olympics. And you get the 50 points. Now, it was definitely a very interesting story on your part, because I loved how we went from UFOs to Russian baseball. There was a connection there somewhere. And as we get to the end of our second round, we still have a close game, because Mike and Martha lead with a score of 80-70 over Tom and Gretchen, which means our winner tonight will be decided in our third and final round. It is now time to leave imagination and head into the land of intuition. After you.
Use your inhibitions and use your intuition. Yeah.
We have tested your information, challenged your imagination, and now it is time for the round of intuition. And in this round, you may not necessarily know the correct answer, but you can figure it out if you use your intuition. Now, Tom and Gretchen, because you are behind, we're going to begin with you. And in fact, Tom, I'm going to ask you a question. The question has several answers. Now, your job is to give me one of the answers that you believe will appear on my list. Now, Mike and Martha, your job will be to either accept or challenge their answer, which you will do by pressing one of the lights in front of you. Green if you agree, red if you challenge. Now, every answer that is actually on my list will be worth 10 points. But if you give me the number one answer on my list, that will be worth 50 points. So again, Score is 80-70, very close game. It's all going to be decided here. Good luck to everyone. You ready, Tom?
I'm ready.
Okay. What has been the most important invention or discovery of the past 1,000 years? According to a Yankelovich poll, here are Americans' top 8 answers. The most important inventions or discoveries of the past 1,000 years. I need one from you.
Electricity.
Electricity, okay? Do you accept or challenge that answer? You both accept. Good thing you did, because electricity is on our list at number 1, which is worth 50 points for Tom and Gretchen. And now you take the lead. We have 7 more important inventions or discoveries on our list, and Mike, we'll go to you now. Your turn.
The automobile.
The automobile. So Tom and Gretchen, do you accept or challenge? You both accept. Good thing you did, because automobile comes in at number 2 on our list. 10 points for Mike and Martha. All right, Gretchen, your turn.
The telephone.
Telephone. Do you accept or challenge that answer? You both accept. Good thing you did, because telephone is also on the list at number 4. So 10 more points there for Tom and Gretchen. Again, Martha, we are looking for the most important inventions or discoveries of the past 1,000 years. We have 5 more to go. I need one from you.
Computer.
Computer. All right, do you accept or challenge that answer? You think for a moment and decide to accept. And yes, computers is on the list at number 3. So 10 more points for Mike and Martha. Your turn, Tom.
Television.
Television. Do you accept or challenge? I'm sorry, Mike. Okay, you both accept. And in fact, television did make the list at number 8. 10 more points there. And now, Mike, your turn.
The airplane.
The airplane. Do you accept or challenge that answer? The airplane. And emphatically, they accept. And in fact, airplane is on the list at number 6. And 10 more points there. I just don't think it would have been right if you hadn't said airplane, Mike. All right, so now, Gretchen, again, we're looking for the most important inventions or discoveries of the past 1,000 years. I have 2 more on my list. I need one from you.
Sox vaccine.
Say that again?
Sox vaccine.
Oh, Sox vaccine. I'm sorry, I just misunderstood you. Do you accept or challenge? All right, you both decide to challenge this answer, okay? So now, because we have 2 answers left unrevealed, the challenge is worth 20 points. If the vaccine answer is there, the 20 points will go to Tom and Gretchen. If not, Mike and Martha, you'll pull a little bit closer to them. And let's look at our list, and we're at number 5, which is the printing press. And again, the challenge is worth 20 points. Let's see if the vaccine is there. At number 7, space flight. So you were correct to challenge, and you get the point. And now we have a very, very tight game. The score is 140 to 130. And you know, just by the way, no one guessed light bulb, which came in at number 9. Mike and Martha, because you're behind, the next question again will begin with you. And in fact, Martha, I'm going to ask you the question. Are you ready? We have a list of the 5 international cities with the world's oldest subway systems. The world cities with the oldest subways. I need one from you.
I'll say London.
London. Do you accept or challenge her answer? You both accept, and London did indeed make our list at number 1, which is worth 50 points. And you now take the lead. In fact, it was invented in 1863. And now we go to Tom. We have 4 more on our list of the world cities with the oldest subways.
New York City.
New York. Do you accept or challenge that answer? You both decide to accept. And that time you should have challenged, because New York did not make our list. It is only at number 7, invented in 1904. So no points are awarded. If they had challenged you, could have been trouble there. So we'll continue on. Mike.
Paris.
Paris. Do you accept or challenge Paris? You both accept. And in fact, Paris did come in at number 5. 10 more points to Mike and Martha. Okay, Gretchen, your turn.
Berlin.
Berlin. Do you accept or challenge Berlin? And Mike? All right, so you both decide to challenge her answer. And because we have 3 answers unrevealed, the challenge is worth 30 points. If Berlin is there, you will close the deficit, Tom and Gretchen. If not, you will extend your lead, Mike and Martha. Let's find out if Berlin did indeed make the list. At number 2, we have Budapest. At number 3, Glasgow. And again, the challenge is worth 30 points. If Berlin is there, you will pull a little bit closer to them. And at number 4, we have Boston. So you were correct to challenge, and the 30 points go to Mike and Martha. You now lead by a score of 220 to 140. And as you can see, fortunes flip-flop there and think twice, so you're never out of it. And Tom, the next question will begin with you. Your mother told you to drink it. Now you have to guess who produces it. The 5 states whose farms produce the most milk, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Again, we're talking about the states that produce the most milk. I need one from you, Tom.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Do you accept or challenge that answer? You both accept, and good thing you did, because Wisconsin is there at number 1. So 50 points to Tom and Gretchen to close the gap. Martha?
Vermont.
Vermont. Do you accept or challenge Vermont? They think about it, and we have a split decision. So, Tom, as the captain of your team, it is up to you to decide, without conferring with your partner, will you accept or challenge? Press the light of your choice.
We'll accept.
Are you going to press the light for me? You'll accept. And you should have followed your instincts on that one, Tom, because Vermont did not make the list. So that time you dodged trouble since they did not challenge you. But, Gretchen, you have a chance to redeem yourself now because it is your turn. Again, the states that produce the most milk, we have 4 more to go.
Iowa.
Iowa. Do you accept or challenge Iowa? She said it with so much confidence you accepted, but Iowa did not make the list. So we continue on with Mike.
Texas.
Texas, all right? Do you accept or challenge Texas? This time they both decide to challenge. And now, with the sound of the dying quail, that means we're at the end of our game. This is the last question. The challenge is worth 40 points. Now, if Texas is on our list, the 40 points will go to Mike and Martha, and they will win the game. If Texas is not on the list, then Tom and Gretchen, you were correct to challenge, and you will win the game. So it all is riding here. Let's find out if Texas made our list. At number 2, California. Number 3, New York. Number 4, Pennsylvania. And now for all the marbles, is Texas there at number 5? Who will win the game? At number 5, Minnesota. Tom and Gretchen win the game on the last question of the game. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. Oh, but Martha and Mike, obviously you put up a good fight. It came down to the final question, and that's the way I think it should always be. Did you have a good time?
Had a great
We
time.
enjoyed having you here, but you know, I hate to see anyone go home empty-handed. So, Chris, what do we have for Mike and Martha?
Ontario, Mike and Martha have won a $250 gift certificate from Signals, a catalog for fans of public television, and $500 worth of Microsoft home products, including Encarta, the multimedia encyclopedia.
Congratulations. Congratulations to Gretchen and Tom, our champions this evening. Way to pull it out on the very last question. It's like a great football game. The last play of the game, and you pulled it out. And now that you are our champions tonight, that's not all we have in store for you, because you're now eligible for the bonus round. And in the bonus round, it is all up to you, because I'm going to ask you a series of questions. And all I need are 6 correct answers. And that means getting both parts right. Now, if you do that in 60 seconds or less, Chris, what do we have for them?
All right, Tom and Gretchen will each receive a $2,500 investment in a Keystone America Mutual Fund offered by Keystone.
Now, who's going to go first?
I am.
All right, so Gretchen, you will answer first on every question. However, either one of you can pass at any time. You can pass as many questions as you wish, and you will not be penalized for incorrect answers. However, do keep in mind that the clock will be ticking, but that clock will not begin until I complete the first question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Good luck. Name the legendary twin brothers who founded the city of Rome.
Romulus.
Pass.
Name the 2 national labor organizations that merged in 1955.
AFL.
CIO.
1. Name the authors of All the President's Men.
Woodward.
Bernstein.
2. Name America's oldest college for African-American women and its city.
Spelman.
Atlanta.
3. Name the composers known as the March King and the Waltz King.
Strauss.
Pass.
Name 2 of the noble gases in the periodic table.
Pass.
Name the 2 religions in Japan that have the most followers.
Pass.
Name the Green Mountain State and the Bluegrass State.
Vermont.
Kentucky.
4. Name 2 of the 3 literary Bronte sisters.
Charlotte.
Emily.
5. Name the swing era composers of In the Mood and Mood Indigo.
Gershwin.
Name the 2 houses of the British Parliament.
Pass.
Oh! You were so close. You had 5 and you only needed 6. In the Mood was Glenn Miller, and Mood Indigo was Duke Ellington. You mentioned him earlier. Oh! But you still are champions tonight with some great prizes to take home. Did you have a good time? We enjoyed having you here. I'm Monteria Ivy. We have to go now, but as always in parting, remember, wherever you go in life, think twice. See you next time.
Think twice. Think twice. Think twice. You know you gotta think twice. Take a moment to reflect. Use your intellect. Think twice. You know you better think twice. Don't get caught in all the second thought. 'Cause patience never hurts you tonight. Think twice. Hear me now.
Funding for Think Twice is made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the annual financial support of viewers like you.
A production of WGBH, Boston.
This is PBS.